Donald Trump told Time magazine that he's not sure if he's going to be able to bring the price of groceries down. He said it's going to be hard to bring things down once they're up, it's really hard. Which is ironic because he spent most of his campaign talking about how he's going to fix the economy and lower prices, etc., etc. But now that he won the election and he's taking office soon, now he's all of a sudden not sure if he can fix it. Anyhoodle, I think this is just part of the fuck around, find out part.
Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for liking. Thank you for stopping by. So in today's video, it seems the F around and find out era is here again. And this time it's about grocery prices in the United States. It's like the promise President-elect Donald Trump made that the grocery prices will be brought down doesn't look like anything that will be happening soon enough, right? Let's get into the videos and see what people have to say. See for yourselves and let me know what you think in the comment section. Was it a promise that he made in the in a hurry? Or was he actually supposed to wait and see if it was actually going to play out? Let me know what you think and I'll see you at the end of the video.
So it looks like Trump just admitted that he lied during his campaign to all of his followers who don't understand economics or inflation. He just told Time magazine that he can't actually bring down the price of groceries because that's hard to do. And that's not actually how things work. Inflation is the rate in which prices increase. And even if you bring down the rate of inflation, which is what Biden's done, you can't actually bring down the prices of things. That's not the way the economy or inflation works. So Trump was banking on his supporters not understanding economics or inflation, and looks like he was right about that. So I'm sure we're going to see a lot more promises broken and a lot more things that have to be explained to Trump supporters when he takes office, because it turns out he lied about a lot of things, he doesn't understand a lot of things, and neither do his supporters. So good luck with that.
Wait, why can't the person of the year lower the food prices for all of us? What's the point of being the person of the year for Time magazine if you can't lower prices for all of us? What's the point? I don't get it. And why is it that becoming person of the year for Time magazine stops one from being able to lower the prices immediately? Jan 20 sort of stuff. So let's go through it chronologically. Through the campaign, Donald J. Trump is campaigning on a platform of, I'm going to lower prices at the till for your groceries. There. Then he becomes person of the year for Time magazine, and suddenly his powers to make that come to fruition are somehow in jeopardy. Because he announced in that interview that he, in fact, cannot guarantee that prices will come down, not just Jan 20, but if at all. We should have him go back to being regular old Donald Trump, not time of the year person.
So I'm sure you have all heard that Trump has been named Time Magazine's Man of the Year, Person of the Year. He used to have, or supposedly still does, a mock-up of him being Time's Person of the Year, even though he never was. So yay for vision boards. But anyway, they interviewed him, and he admitted that it's going to be very difficult to bring prices down. He said once prices are up, it's really difficult to bring them down. He really said that. I mean, he ran on the fact that a lot of these people voted for him out of desperation, that he was going to bring prices down. And now he's already setting us up. He said to them, it's not easy to bring prices down. And then they said, well, do you think this will ruin what you promised the people who voted for you? And he was like, I don't think so. But I mean, I don't know. Anyway, he admitted it. Grocery prices are not going to come down. It'll take a long time, he said, if that. I mean, he didn't say if that, but that's what we're all kind of thinking. So he he opened the ringing of the bell on Wall Street today. Financial stuff. Okay. But he is now beginning to sort of lay it out there that prices are not necessarily going to come down anytime soon, if they come down at all.
Trump says it's really hard to lower grocery prices. You know what might help make it a little less hard? Not taxing the countries that we buy our groceries from. Just a thought.
Our political experts are joining me right now for some serious analysis. And Nia Malika Henderson, there's another part of this Time magazine interview with Trump. I want to get your reaction to this. Let me put it up on the screen. The president-elect is moving the goalposts on some of his pledges, like lowering the price of groceries. It's hard to bring things down once they're up, Trump says. You know, it's very hard. And in addition to repeatedly saying he would bring prices down when he was out there on the campaign trail, listen to what he was saying just last week. Listen to this.
We're going to do things that a lot of people thought we're going to drill, baby, drill. We're going to get your prices down. I started using the word, the groceries. When you buy apples, when you buy bacon, when you buy eggs, they would double and triple the price over a short period of time. And I won an election based on that. We're going to bring those prices way down.
So why do you think Trump is now backing away from that pledge?
You know, it's unclear. I mean, one of the things that's clear is he never really had a plan to actually bring down grocery prices, right? He thinks that tariffs are a magical solution to bringing down the cost of everything. They'll even pay for your daycare, apparently, if you have tariffs. Of course, tariffs are inflationary, so that wouldn't work. Even when he talks about expanding oil production in terms of lowering prices, there are record high of oil production currently. So that doesn't seem to work either. But it is interesting that in this interview, he is suddenly, you know, sort of in reality in many ways, because it is very, very hard to bring down prices once they go up. We'll see what his voters think, and we'll see in 100 days or so what the price of eggs and milk is at the grocery store and what voters think.
Sure, Michael Singleton is with us. Sure, Michael, was Trump being honest with the American people when he said he would bring grocery prices down?
I mean, I think he was honest in terms of wanting to bring grocery prices down, Wolf. But if you look at the data that just came out, the CPI Consumer Price Index rose around 2.3%. And so there are some indications across the economy, and a lot of economists appear to agree, there's general consensus here, that the strategies that were put in place maybe 60 days ago, or let's say the third quarter, right? We're in the last quarter of this year, haven't necessarily yielded the results that the Fed chair would have hoped for. And so my question becomes, what type of economy will the president-elect be walking into once he's ultimately sworn in, and what strategies will Republicans attempt to put in play to do what the president argued he would do for several months, which is to bring down that price and cost of living for the American people?
Let me get Kate Bedingfield into this conversation. Do you see an opening, Kate, for Democrats right now, now that Trump is seemingly backing away from his promise, his pledge to bring prices down?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the President Trump is going to learn or relearn, I guess, that it is much more challenging to be president in many ways than it is to campaign for president. And I think the Democrats will have a big opportunity here because the reality is the President of the United States only has limited influence over fiscal policy in this country and limited impact on how much something at the grocery store costs. There are many, many other factors that go into determining what the cost of eggs is. You know, I think Democrats are going to have an opportunity here to lay this at the feet of Donald Trump once he's president. You know, any domestic policy that he puts forward, Democrats will reasonably be able to paint as driving up prices, or at least not bringing prices down, if that is in fact what we see happening here. And it's clear that he is recognizing that a little bit as he's kind of backing off a little bit rhetorically. So yes, they will absolutely have an opening here. It's
interesting on Capitol Hill, Nia Malika, Senate Republicans who express any concern are facing growing pressure from Trump-aligned forces. Here's one example from Mark Caputo of The Bulwark. Let me put it up on the screen. Shortly after Joni Ernst offered a chilling reception to Pete Hegseth's nomination to head the Department of Defense, she recognized she was in trouble politically with grassroots Republicans calling for her head. How do I make this go away? A flabbergasted Ernst said to an intermediary. And listen to what Senator Lisa Murkowski said about this pressure campaign against Senator Ernst earlier today. Listen to this.
My friend Joni Ernst Ernst, who is probably one of the more conservative, principled Republican leaders in the Senate right now, is being hung out to dry for not being good enough. And you're going to get primaried.
So what does this tell you about Trump, how Trump is likely to behave during this next term?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to call in the MAGA dogs. I mean, the MAGA mob. And remember, the MAGA mob are the folks who descended on the Capitol on January 6th and behaved in a very violent way. So if you're somebody like Joni Ernst, there is, of course, the threat of a primary challenge. He's up for re-election in 2026. But there's also a real threat of possible physical danger, right? I mean, given what we know about some of these forces in the MAGA movement, what they have done already, and Donald Trump certainly knows that he has this very vast array of folks out there who are willing to do almost anything to make sure that he gets his way, to make sure that he stays in power, and as well to make sure that Republicans toe the line. So listen, if you're Joni Ernst, you probably are a bit nervous about what it would mean if you stand up to Donald Trump. The MAGA dogs are going to be after you.
These Trump allies are not shy by any means. Republican Senator Shermichael Tom Tillis is warning that this pressure campaign on his colleagues risks backfiring.
Hi, y'all. I mean, whatever happens, the consumers are always at the receiving end of it. They bear the brunt of it. They suffer the consequences. Either it goes up, they suffer for it. Either it comes down, they enjoy it. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comment section. What does this actually mean for the economy? But because it seems as if those that actually effed around are actually finding out, all the promises that were made during the campaign, it looks like reality is setting in. It doesn't seem as if it looks feasible anymore. What do you think? What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to stay safe. Ciao.